So, today we're going to be talking about volume and surface area of pyramids and cones. How are pyramids and cones different from prisms and cylinders? The base. What about the base? Nope.
There's only one base.
There's only one base. A pyramid can have many different shapes base, but so can a prism. But a prism has two bases. A cylinder has two bases. A pyramid and a cone only have one. So, a pyramid is made by connecting a base to an apex. The apex is the point at the top of the pyramid. Everybody say apex. Okay? The base of a pyramid is a base. It is a base, but it says that.
Triangle.
It's not always a triangle. It can be a square. It's a what?
Polygon.
It's a polygon. So the base is any shape with 3 or more sides, straight lines. We are going to mostly deal with regular bases, meaning equilateral triangles, squares, regular pentagons, hexagons, things like that. There are rectangular pyramids. We will not, if we have a rectangular pyramid, we will only be finding the volume. We will not be finding surface area of anything that is not regular in this class. Okay? All the other faces of a pyramid are what?
Triangles.
Why triangles?
Because it's a pyramid.
So the apex makes it so that it is has a point at the top, and they are triangles. What are the lateral faces of a prism?
What kind of prism?
Any kind of prism.
Rectangle.
Rectangles. They're rectangles. You all agree? And connecting any prism, you have rectangles. Shh. But connecting a pyramid, you're always going to get triangles on the sides. Okay? Like prisms, pyramids are named after the shape of their base. So here we have a triangular prism. No prism. Pyramid. A square pyramid, a pentagonal pyramid, a hexagonal pyramid. Same thing. Okay? Alright. If you're on your computer right now and you're looking at it, you shouldn't be. It should be in test mode. You should be looking up. Alright? If you can please look up, we have one new vocabulary word for you, and that is called the slant height. The slant height is if you were to be at the top of the pyramid and slide down the middle. Now, are you going to want to slide down this edge right here?
No. Then my butt would hurt.
Your butt would hurt. Exactly. A slant height is not right there. It is directly in the middle of that triangle. Does that make sense? It's actually the height of the lateral face. Does that make sense?
So it's the hypotenuse.
It is the hypotenuse, correct. Your height of your pyramid is your regular height. From the apex straight down, it makes a 90-degree angle. All right, and then this creates a right triangle here with that. And that's actually your apothem right there.
Please don't tell us we have to do cosine, sine, and all that.
Sometimes you might, but not today. All right. For a cone. Now, how is a cone different or similar to a pyramid?
It's circle.
A circle is not a polygon. Do y'all agree? Because it's rounded edges. But a cone is like a pyramid. It's just a circular base.
It has an apex.
It does have an apex, but it does not have any sides. I think that's all I want to talk about that. A cone still has a slant height. However, the slant height would be anywhere. It has a regular height. And then for a cone, the base is going to be what?
Radius.
The radius. So I'm going to redraw this triangle right next to it. And we're just going to say R, L, and H. By the way, slant height, we use the letter L because S stands for side. I'm always going to do a cursive L because I don't want you to think it's a 1. I would prefer you to do the cursive L or a capital L because I don't want you to write the formula and then start thinking you have a 1 in there. Does that make sense? Because I can already see people doing P and L and y'all thinking it's a 4 and a 41. Like, your handwriting is sometimes bad. Okay, which is longer, the slant height or the height?
I say the slant height.
Why?
Because hypotenuse.
Because it's the hypotenuse. Okay? These next three equations I'm going to give you and want you to have memorized. The volume of a pyramid or a cone is 1/3 big BH. What does big B stand for again?
Area of base.
Area of the base. And H stands for?
Height.
Okay. We all okay with that? If you take 3 cones or 3 pyramids,
It makes one regular
it makes one
prism.
prism or one cylinder. Okay? Alright, the lateral area of a pyramid is, thank you very much, is 1/2 PL. Please write it like that. So 1/2 of the perimeter times the slant height. Slant height. Correct. What is lateral area again? Anything but the base. It's a round. Do y'all agree? Okay. Total surface area is going to be your lateral surface area. So 1/2 PL plus what?
2B.
Why is it not 2B this time though?
Oh, 1B.
Why 1B?
Because 1/2.
Because there's only one base. Does that make sense? Yep. There's only one base, so there's only going to be 1B in this one. Oh, no, we're not. All right. I need you to memorize these 3 formulas. Look up, memorize them.
If I remember those 3, I'll remember.
If you remember those 3, you're good. However, you can go more specific with a cone if you wanted to. These bottom 2 you do not have to memorize. These work with a pyramid and a cone. They do. However, what do we know about the perimeter of a cone?
Oh, it's the radius, or the pi r squared.
Circumference. What's the formula for circumference?
2 pi r.
2 pi r. So if I made this 1/2 2 pi r l, what is half of 2?
1.
So for a cone, it's pi r l. You can memorize this if you want to make your life easier, but again, you don't have to if you know this. Does that make sense? Same thing here. We have 1/2 PL. What do we know 1/2 PL is?
Pi r l.
Pi r l. And what is big B for a cone? What is the area of the base for a cone?
Pi r squared.
Are you going to need to memorize this right here? No. If you memorize these up top, you're good. Okay? All right, open up. We have 4 examples. Are you okay with me going a little bit faster?
Please.
Okay. You're like, hurry up. You're going too slow. I told you I'm tired. Okay. Slant height is 12. Cool. Let's fill that out. 12 meters slant height. Know that. What type of pyramid is this?
Oh, it's a square.
It's a square pyramid. If I don't give you,
No area of the base.
hold on, pyramid. If I don't give you all the sides, you are allowed to assume it's a square. Like if I don't give you 2 sides, you're allowed to assume it's a square because we're only dealing with regular bases.
You can automatically find.
What'd you say the perimeter was?
40, and then you can automatically
Why is-
find base.
Why is the perimeter 40?
10 plus 10 plus 10.
10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 10 times 4 is 40.
Area of base will be 100.
Why 100?
Because 10 squared.
10 squared, or 10 times 10. Is everybody following what Jordan's saying? Are we okay with that? Last but not least, how do I find the height right here?
I'm guessing 5. Wait, hold on. Wait, 5, 12, 13. Wait, no.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
Wait, never mind.
What's this down here?
69.
What's this down here? 5. Why 5? The base is 10, it's half of it. Now, this is 12, and somebody did say 5, 12, 13. But why is this not a 5, 12, 13?
13 is 7 plus 3.
13 would be the hypotenuse, and that's just not the case, right? So what am I going to have to do? Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. What's my C here? 12 squared equals 5 squared. You said 144 minus what? 25 is? 119. And 119, luckily, is prime, and we're just going to leave it 119 meters.
Miss, do you like have all the numbers like memorized at prime or not?
I mean, this is the second time I'm doing it. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I remember them and sometimes I don't. Like, I'm not going to remember all the decimals. Those I definitely don't memorize. All right. Now, we have all the information we need. We just now need to plug into the formulas. Look at my board, please. All right. I'm going to write the equation down first. What's the equation for lateral area? Close. 1/2 PL. And by the way, these are really smushed together, so I'm going to cross them out and do them on my own, because otherwise I'm going to be smushing everything. 1/2, what's my perimeter? What's my L? What is half of 40 times 12? LA equals 240 meters squared, because it's area. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Am I going too fast?
No.
Okay. SA, what's the formula for SA?
1/2 E.
1/2 PL plus B, or lateral area plus B. We already know the 1/2 PL was what?
240.
What's my B?
100.
So what is the total surface area here? 340 meters squared. 100. We have it right next to it. Area of the base. So since this was a square. Oh, V. What does V stand for?
Area base.
No, V. 1/3 big BH. 1/3 times 100 times the square root of 119. And if this was exact, it would be 100 square root 19 over 3. Let's do the rounded answer. Put that in your calculator. Put that in your calculator. It doesn't tell us, but I'm going to have you do that.
363.62.
363 point, give me thousandths.
624. 363
Meters cubed.
He did say that. He did not say that. She did say that. He did? Oh, my bad, I'm like, what?
What questions do I have? Okay, can I move it up? We're good? All right, Logan, you with me? Did you get all that? Okay. Find the total surface area of a hexagonal pyramid that is 12 feet tall with a regular base measuring 6 feet on each side and an apothem of 5.2. That was a lot. So, first thing, what am I given?
Hexagon.
Let's draw a hexagon. So the way I draw a hexagon is I do a line up top and bottom, and then I do 2 points in the middle, and then connect them. That's just me. You draw your hexagon however you wish.
Does it say it's a regular hexagon?
It is. It tells you right here with a regular base. Now, to draw a pyramid, you just need to put a dot somewhere on your paper. I'm going to do it above it somewhere. Right here. And then connect every vertex to that dot. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. That's okay. Nobody said it needed to be pretty.
Are we discriminating? It's like I can see the vision, but it looks like it.
That's okay. I'm not grading you based on your picture.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you grading?
Now, hold on. What do I know? What can I add to this picture?
Don't be tall as in like that's 10
That's the height. So from the apex to the center is 12 feet. Okay, what else do I know?
The base measures 6.
Each side measures 6 feet for the base. And one more thing. The apothem is what? 5.2. Now, we'll look up. I'm going to draw my apothem right here to here because it's going to help me in a little bit. So I have an apothem, I have a height, and I have the side. Well, what am I looking for here? What is it asking me to find? Total surface area. What is the formula for total surface area? Half PL plus B. So what are the three things I'm going to need here? Perimeter. What is my perimeter here? Why 36? 6 sides, 6 feet each. The perimeter is 36 feet. Does everybody agree with that? Okay. I'm also going to need what? Big B. How do I find big B of a hexagon? 1/2 little AP.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
So 1/2, what's my apothem? 5.2. What's my perimeter?
93.6.
Is that exact? Like, does it end right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody following me so far? Last but not least, I need to find the slant height. How would I find if you were to slide down that slide?
Pythagorean theorem.
I'm going to do Pythagorean theorem. And do you agree my slant height is my hypotenuse?
So close to 13.
So C squared equals A squared plus B squared. L squared equals 12 squared plus 5.2 squared. And I actually want you to put this in the calculator and store that. So when you're putting it in Desmos,
What should we do as?
I'm just going to do L.
That's not testing.
Well, I can't do that. Oh no. Equals 12 squared plus 5.2 squared. Gives me what? Oh, squared. Does that make sense? 13, yeah, we can just do 13.1. Can everybody store that in their calculator like me?
Yeah.
And we'll say it's L is 13.1. All right, let's go plug this in. We don't need the height because look, this is all we need.
What do you calculate?
I'm going to plug in the P, the L, and big B. Why did it give us the height? To find the L, the slant height.
I thought that was fine.
Slant height is this one right here, the hypotenuse.
Guys, plug it all into the calculator.
Yeah, please, just plug it all into the calculator. But when you plug this in the calculator, are you putting 13.1?
No, we're putting L.
Put L. I think you will. That's why we give homework. Honestly, the more you practice it, the better you do it. If you're not doing your homework, you won't be able to do this by yourself ever.
Miss, can I be like really honest with homework today? I opened the homework, I think yesterday, the spheres. I looked at it, and I just shut my computer.
The spheres homework?
Nothing but one before
Miss,
that.
So I'm going to be really honest with you. I have tutoring every Monday and Tuesday. I highly suggest you attend.
Miss, I'm gonna attend that.
Okay.
You should have seen him during the quiz. It was.
He was struggling? Exactly. Ooh, I like that reference.
What happened?
When you airball, you gotta keep shooting.
Oh, Logan. He said that joke.
But in general, you're not gonna get better if you just give up.
I think 80
So like 129 minutes. That's like
329.008 feet. What are we finding? Squared surface area. Okay, shush your neighbor, please. Let me ask you this. You might not be able to do it by yourself yet, but as I'm doing it, is it making sense?
Yes.
What part are you lost at when I'm doing this?
Are we gonna have to find the thing of the semicircle?
The drawing is not important. You do not have to draw these.
Yeah, the drawing is the hardest part.
I'm doing that for
I
you.
just don't understand like what is what.
What it's telling you? Well, if I tell you I'm 12 feet tall, what is that? That's my, I know 12 feet's a lot, but that's my what? Yeah, there you go. That's your H. And this right here, it tells you 6 feet on each side. That's a side. And then the apothem is 5.2. Your apothem is always from the center to the side. All right. Let's see if you like circle cones better.
Wait, so Miss, what about my sphere question? I have to stick.
100%. Word problems are the harder ones.
Are we gonna have to learn what the areas for half a sphere or something like that?
All right.
Not the two.
Not ever. Oh
Wait,
yes.
we don't get to
All right. Perimeter. What's my base here?
Wait.
So what's the formula for perimeter?
It's 2 pi r.
What's the R here?
7.
So P equals 14 pi. This doesn't have units, so we can just leave it like that. What is my slant height here?
Hold up. Wait. I don't think this was one of the things.
It is a triple.
Oh, it is? Isn't it 24? Oh, wait. 24. Well, 25.
It is. But if you didn't know that, what would you do?
Oh, Miss.
It is 7, 24, 25. But again, if you didn't know that, you would do this, which would give you 25. Okay? How do we find big B of a cone? Pi r squared. What is 7 squared? 49 pi. Write this down with me, please. And last but not least, what is the height here?
24.
Now, if I did not do all that for you, I would tell you, hey, go back and use these bottom equations. But am I going to have you memorize these bottom equations? I honestly no, because if you can memorize the other one, to me it's better. So, what is the formula for LA of a cone? 1/2 PL. Do we know P? Do we know L?
I don't like this.
By the way, I'm going to erase scratch those out because, again, it's just too smushed.
I don't like this example.
1/2, what's my perimeter?
14 pi.
What's my L? Put that in the calculator without pi. What is 1/2 times 14 times 25? If you get to calculus, you get a pi day.
350. Wait, what?
Wait, Miss, are you gonna be able to get pi today?
No, I wasn't. They didn't ask me.
Miss, all of pi.
What is it? 175?
Oh yeah, I accidentally. I got 350.
Did you do 1/2 in front?
No, yeah, of course I did. This is 175.
175 pi is my answer.
On pi in front of my AP one teacher, and I forgot she was over here. and said,
Oh gosh. You can put units squared, but since I didn't give you units, you do not have to.
Yeah, from this high. She's like, I hate you.
Let me get through this, please. Total surface area is your lateral surface area, which was what?
175.
Plus your big B. What's your big B here?
49 pi.
And when you add those together, what do you get?
Something pi.
175 plus 49. 224 pi.
And again, you can put units squared, but you don't have to. Last but not least, what does V stand for? 1/3 big BH. What's my big B?
49 pi.
What's my H?
24.
Put that in the calculator, and what do you get?
A number 392 pi.
Oh, really?
Louder?
392 pi.
390.
30 what?
392 pi.
And again, you can do the U cubed. That's optional if I don't give you units.
Okay, so I don't like this example.
Okay,
I do.
are we okay with cones?
No.
Why no?
I want you to tell me what this is.
Okay, you like it? I'm trying to get through this so y'all can have more time to do homework. Look up. Last thing I need you to know. Cones and pyramids, but cones and pyramids do not always have the height right above the center. They can, but sometimes it's off to the side. We call this an oblique cone. Alright, it's where your apex is slanted. Your height is still going to be from the apex straight down. Still going to be there. It's just that your height is no longer necessarily going to be at the center of your circle.
Oh, so the slant height is going to be from the center to the...
Not necessarily. The slant height is still going to be from the apex to the end of the circle going down. Bless you. It's just, it could be different. If you have an oblique cone, I'm probably only going to ask you for volume. Okay? Because there are a couple different slant heights, so that's, your slant height measure is different. I'm only going to ask for volume. Yes. No. So look up. What if the apex of a cone is not at the center? Y'all, I'm almost done. Shh. This right here says, it tells me, what do I know looking at this cone?
The height is 5.5.
The height from your apex to your circle is 5.5. Do y'all agree with that?
The radius is 2 inches.
And the radius is 2 inches. Do you agree with that? Okay, pause. What is this question asking me?
Volume. So
Volume is,
area of the base times the height.
no, 1/3 area of the base times height. So we need to find big B. Well, how would I find big B here? Pi r squared. Pi 2 squared. What's 2 squared? 4. So my big B is 4 pi. What's my height?
5.5.
Y'all, was this that complicated? No. It just looks a little bit scarier because it's not a normal cone, it's an oblique cone. Same steps though. And again, I'm like 90% sure for an oblique cone, I'm not going to ask you for the surface area, I'll only ask you for volume. Can somebody put that in the calculator? What is 1/3 times 4 times 5.5?
22 over 3 pi.
Pi inches cubed is my answer.
What if it was asking for round?
If it asks for round, put pi in the calculator. Alright, we are done for today. You are going to add this and glue this into page 77. Good. You have about 18 minutes. Hold on, y'all, I'm not done. Listen. You have about 18 minutes to get started on your homework. Your homework is one of those tricksters. You're going to see 2 problems. Do you actually think I gave you 2 problems?
Yes.
You wish. I gave you 14. You could probably finish.
Oh, strike one, miss. Bro, what the frickle dookle?
Again, Barrett, are you in band? What are you in? Baseball. Oh my gosh.
Golf. I'm gonna golf.
Oh, golf. Oh, golf. Do you go to practice every day in golf
No.
I go to practice.
during season?
Joey, you want to take that question for me?
Oh, well, maybe that's why.
Hey, miss, they don't practice very much in golf.
Joey, this is
Maybe they should be. All right, get started on your homework in Schoology.